Hi, my name is Philip Kornmann, and I'm one of the co-founders of Advanon. Did you know that 378,000 small and medium businesses within the DACH region say that their most pressing problem today is to get access to short-term financing? While speaking to many of these businesses, we have realized that many of them have payment terms between 60 up to 120 days. That means that up to a third of the yearly revenues could be tied up with invoices at any given time. So what alternatives do these businesses have? Well, they can go to a bank and apply for a loan. The problem to do that is that banks have been more and more restrictive with actually giving out loan financing to small and medium businesses. The other alternative is to go to factoring companies and sell their invoices. The problem with doing that is that factoring companies require the businesses to sell all or none of their invoices. They take over the receivables management, which means that they are taking over part of the relationship management. And last of all, they're applying a complex and intransparent pricing, which is difficult to understand. And that's why we created Advanon. In its most basic form, it's an online platform which allows small and medium businesses to pre-finance their invoices through financial investors. By that, the businesses get access to the cash quicker and continue to grow their business. Investors, on the other hand, get access to a new type of asset class, previously not accessible. But this is just the beginning. What we're doing right now is that we're connecting our platform to other types of software, such as ERP softwares and accounting softwares, so we can be present where businesses work with their financials the most. On the investor side, on the other hand, we're splitting invoices and we're pooling invoices, which allow them to diversify their investments to a higher extent. Who are we doing this? We're a team of 3 that met while working at Google, and since then we have added additional competences to the team within financing, strategy, and IT development. We're currently raising cash, why I would like you to get in contact with me after this pitch. Thank you for listening, and I will be happy to take your questions now. Since we started Advanon, we have pitched at multiple events, both at events where the number of listeners in the audience is between 5 or 10 people only, up to pitching in front of about 600 people at the startup event. So at multiple different occasions and for different reasons. The first time we pitched was at a SECA event here in Switzerland. It's a private equity association, and we went there and were very nervous. It was the first time we presented Advanon to someone external from outside of the team, and it was the first time we pitched for real. And but afterwards it felt great in the sense that we were done with it and we got a good response. I think the most important aspect about pitching is actually talking to the crowd who is listening. So for instance, if you have investors, you should present your business model and why this business model is scalable and attractive for them to invest in. If you're pitching in front of potential employees, you should talk about why your team is awesome and how you do innovative and cool stuff. And if you're pitching in front of potential customers, of course, then you should highlight the benefits of your services or the products that you offer them. When starting a pitch, I think it's important to start off with a strong voice and a big smile to get the audience attention. And as soon as you have presented yourself and why you're actually pitching in front of the audience, I think it's a good idea to hit the main story quite fast. So they get into the story quickly, so to say. I think it's important to try to keep a red line throughout the pitch. So for instance, that could be a story about the customer, it could be a story about how your company has grown, or the different aspects of why you're competing better than your competitors. When closing a pitch, I think it's important to repeat the main reason why you're pitching in front of the crowd again. So for instance, for investors, it would be, we're here to raise money. For sellers, it would be, we're here to provide you with better services. Or for employees, it would be to get the employees on board. I think it's important to use a PowerPoint presentation or whatever tool you make the presentation through. And it serves as a great way to kind of emphasize what you're saying. be that emphasize an argument with data, having visuals to emphasize the story and give it a bit more of color, or something similar.